Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, one of the things that I look forward to when I go to sport shows is I get a chance to see new lures, to see new things, and hopefully I can be awed, and then I can buy them and I can think, oh, it's going to really change my fishing. And maybe some of them will. But I'm thinking of the one thing that we should be aware of is there's some phenomenal painting that people are doing. And I talk about my friend Chris in Alex Bay that has A Bay Lure Lab. His painting of lures is extraordinary. It makes these lures look so real. So the one area where I think this would have the biggest impact is in our waters compared to other waters around the country. And why? Because our waters are clearer. And the clearer the water, the more fish can really zone in and see different variances in lures. And if they're that smart, and if they're able to see as well as we know they can, which is far better than we can, then they can notice things. And if they are that smart, they can maybe tell whether something is fake or not because of the way it's painted or designed. Now, here's my feeling about this, because honestly, I got to be honest. I fall victim to an awful lot of this. I love to find new lures. I love to buy them and have them and think, oh, gee, this color is really going to be all this. That's going to be fantastic. But let's not forget that 30, 40, 50 years ago, there was nothing like what we have today. And yet people still went out and they caught a lot of fish. They could go out with one of the prehistoric spinners, the Abu spinner, made in Norway or Sweden or someplace over there, that caught tons of fish. The hooks were terrible, but it caught an awful lot of fish. I think of when the first soft plastics came, I think of Mr. Twister. I think that was one of the first companies, and they just had twisty ribbon tails that would wiggle so much in the water. And we thought, oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing in the world. And it was. And I still think a lot of these lures would work. And I still believe that any lure that we buy, and they can make it seem like all you got to do is tie it on the end of your line and you're going to catch fish. I believe strongly that what really makes a lure work is how we fish it. You know, if we have confidence in it and we can learn the way, the speed of retrieve, whether you stop it and move the rod up and down or what you do, you're going to find certain things that you do with that lure will cause fish to hit it. And I think that's the case with almost any lure that's made. I think of some of the new colors and some of the new soft plastics. Yeah, they're great and they look just like something that you would think a fish would want to hit. But I really do believe that that it's most made for fishermen, to get them to keep spending money, and boy, do we ever do that. And that's kind of one of the ultimate goals of everything that I've tried to do in this area, to bring more people to spend time here. I think the ultimate result is that people will fall in love with the area. But I think one of the immediate and hopefully long-lasting effects is going to be that when people come here, that hopefully they're going to stay a while. And if they stay a while, they're going to have to spend money because they have to do the same things here that they do at home. They may be even more willing to part with money because they're on vacation, they're up here. And all we're trying to do is make our area more prosperous, if that's the right word, because I want the prosperity to spread to everyone, not just one key business or one key individual. I think if there's more money being spent in the area, it affects us emotionally. And when we're in a positive nature, we're willing to spend and grow and do all those things that make an area viable. And that's our ultimate goal. But I know I've said a lot here based on the fact that a lot of what makes lure magic is the magic we put into it and not what the manufacturers do. And I've gone a long way to say that I think the flow of money is always going to be a key part of our life, and we need to keep it flowing. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.